Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
What happens when a rookie storms in, saves a league from fading into the shadows, and the league still won't throw her a lifeline? Caitlin Clark didn't just step into the WNBA in 2024. She kicked the door down, dragging millions of new eyes with her. Record-breaking stats, sold-out arenas, TV ratings that make execs drool. This wasn't just a debut, it was a revolution. But instead of rolling out the red carpet, the WNBA's top brass and some of its biggest legends seem hell-bent on pretending she's just another player. Fans are furious. Sponsors are circling, and the question is screaming louder every day. Why is the league fumbling its golden ticket?
Caitlin Clark, the people's champion! Let's get it!
That's a deep one.
Bang!
Just announced that Caitlin Clark and the Fever will be playing 41 of 44 games this year on national TV. They're coming to watch the other girl, right? Right?
Bang!
Teams are moving their games with the Fever to NBA arenas so they can sell more tickets. How about that?
Bang!
Angel Reese attempted a three this deep. I think she might dislocate her shoulder.
Bang!
Let's start with the numbers, because they don't lie. Caitlin Clark's rookie season was a wildfire. She averaged 19.2 points, dished out a league-high 8.4 assists, and smashed the WNBA record with 337 dimes in a single year. That's not even the half of it. Her games pulled in triple the viewers of the league average. Some nights it felt like the NBA Finals were back. Attendance up 87% when she hit the road, with teams scrambling to move games to bigger NBA arenas just to fit the crowds. One economist pegged her economic impact on Indianapolis alone at $36 million in 2024. This wasn't a fluke, it was a one-woman tidal wave crashing over a league that's been begging for attention. And yet, the response from the top? A shrug.
You didn't want to, rather. You were a bit hesitant and reluctant and resistant to it. So much so you didn't push for her to be on Team USA. So much so, you had people like Sheryl Swoopes who didn't even want to mention her name. And everybody talking about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not, until Caitlin Clark came along.
You'd think a league starving for relevance would see Clark coming a mile away and pounce. Nope. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert didn't exactly leap at the chance to crown their new star. When Clark snagged Rookie of the Year, there was no fanfare, no press blitz, just a quiet phone call during a playoff practice in Connecticut. Compare that to the confetti showers vets get for lesser nods, and it's almost comical. Engelbert's media moments haven't helped either. Her 60-minute sit-down last year was a masterclass in dodging the point. Asked about Clark's insane pull, she mumbled something about no league being about one player, and pivoted to rivalries. Fans lit up social media, calling it a slap in the face to the woman who's packing the house. It's not just tone deaf, it's like they're scared to admit she's the engine right now.
They decided that they were going to let her know she was Rookie of the Year with a phone call in Connecticut during a practice before a playoff game. You can't make this up.
But if you went the opposite direction, it could have helped that much and facilitated you being in an even stronger position to get yours. But you didn't do it. You didn't do it. Wow.
Then there's Sheryl Swoopes, WNBA royalty with 3 MVPs under her belt, who decided to pour cold water on Clark's fire. She's been caught on mic downplaying Clark's dominance, hinting her hype's all smoke and mirrors. One time she rattled off a list of Fever stars and conveniently forgot Clark's name. Fans weren't buying the oops excuse. Swoopes even doubled down, saying her own MVP seasons weren't dominant just to avoid giving Clark her flowers. The vibe? Pure gatekeeping. It's like the old guards clutching their legacy so tight they'd rather dim the league's brightest light than share the stage. And what happened next would shock everyone.
You know basketball. You know basketball. You know basketball. You know basketball better than me. You know basketball than any of the pundits. You know basketball better than most of the men that play basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out of that soliloquy that you dropped about the Indiana Fever. Stop it. You know that. Stop it.
On the court, Clark's been dodging more than defenders. She's navigating a referee circus. The officiating's been a mess, with calls so inconsistent you'd think the rulebook was optional. One game, she slaps a rim post after missing a shot. Bam, technical foul for disrespecting the game. Another night, she's body checked mid-air, lands hard, and the whistle's silent. Clips of these hits go viral in minutes, with fans screaming about double standards. Would a vet like Diana Taurasi catch the same heat for a rim tap? Doubt it. Analysts say she's targeted because she's fast, flashy, and new, basically too good to ignore. But the league's barely blinked at the chaos.
I believe there's actually a debate on who was Rookie of the Year last year. Imagine being that delusional. Bang! People need to understand she saved this league. Powder, there's no TV deals, no ad sponsorships, heck, no shoe deals for you, Angel Reese, no McDonald's money. The league losing millions of dollars each year. She saved them from bankruptcy. Time to be grateful. Bang!
93% of her games on national TV.
She's like that. Bang!
It's not just on-court danger keeping fans on edge. In January 2025, a Texas man got nabbed in Indianapolis for stalking Clark, sending her creepy, explicit messages on X and showing up near her home turf. Court docs say she felt terrorized. And who wouldn't? The dude bragged about cruising by Gainbridge Fieldhouse, her team's arena. This wasn't some distant troll, it was real, and it hit hard. The WNBA's response? Crickets. No big safety push, no loud support for their star. It's another glaring sign they're leaving Clark to fend for herself while she carries the league on her back. But that wasn't the whole story.
3 WNBA MVPs in your career. Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
I can't. Bro, Sheryl Swoopes. Sheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career before she even admits that Caitlin is dominant.
Then are you willing to admit how stupid it was for y'all not to go all in speaking your piece to elevate Caitlin Clark? So therefore even more attention could have come and y'all could have reaped the benefits? Now you're gonna do it anyway. And
Fast
I get
forward
that,
to
but
April
you see my point?
2025, and the league finally drops a bombshell. 41 of the Fever's 44 games this season are locked for national TV. That's 93% of her schedule beamed to the masses. Teams are shifting venues to cash in on the Clark craze. Think NBA-sized crowds, not cozy WNBA gyms. It's proof her pull's undeniable. A middle finger to anyone saying she's overhyped. But dig deeper, and there's whispers of tension. Some vets and execs aren't thrilled she's hogging the spotlight, and rumors say the schedule bump came after sponsors twisted arms. Is this a win or a begrudging nod? The answer's murkier than it seems.
I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
Technically true, sure.
Back in December 2024, Clark nabbed Times Athlete of the Year, and oh boy, did that stir the pot. In her interview, she said the WNBA is built on black players and copped to her white privilege. Half the internet cheered her honesty, the other half lost it. Critics like Megyn Kelly blasted her for pandering, while WNBA owner Sheila Johnson griped the whole league deserved the nod, not just Clark. Some fans smell sabotage. Why else would the league let this blow up without her back? Speculation's rife that the old guard's pushing back, scared she's rewriting their narrative too fast.
One white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another. It's a balance, but certainly from a marketing dollars, but corporate partners are stepping up to endorse these players much more so than they were 5 years ago.
The fans? They're done with the nonsense. Social media is a war zone. X posts rip Engelbert's vague promises and Swoopes' shade with hashtags like "Oak Justice for Caitlin" trending hard. People aren't just mad, they're theorizing. Is this a power play to keep rookies in check? A desperate grab to protect the vets' egos. One thing's clear, Clark's got the crowd, the stats, the buzz, everything but a league that'll fully ride her wave. Stephen A. Smith's viral rant nailed it. She's the ticket out of obscurity, and they're acting like she's crashing their party.
And Caitlin Clark gets hit with a technical. after.
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the three and then I went and hit the backboard, and he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So
Yeah, and the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, not every, they're humans.
So here's the stakes. Caitlin Clark's not just a player, she's a lifeline. The WNBA has been bleeding cash for years, and she's the shot to flip the script. Viewership's soaring, brands are knocking, and kids who never cared about women's hoops are glued to her every move. But if Engelbert keeps dodging and Swoopes keeps sniping, they might torch this chance. Imagine a league where Clark's the face, safety's tight, and the game's fair. Mainstream gold. Or picture them sticking to old habits, letting petty agendas sink the ship. Which way is it gonna go?
Don't tell me Caitlin Clark gets a special whistle ever again. One call was an ejection and the other was a common foul. Now, let's replay this one more damn time. So I can see right here. This was the exact same damn play. Look, same play. Same play, bro. Look at this. Are you serious right here? Boom. Same play.
Crushed by Williams at
Same play.
court.
Now, Grant Williams was ejected for that.
This league could actually be that dense. Professional league, guys. We're not talking about a rec league. We're not talking about even a high school team. Nobody believes that anybody is that clueless.
Caitlin Clark's rewriting basketball history right now, lifting a league that's been waiting for its moment. She's the rising tide that could float every boat if the WNBA lets her. But will they swallow their pride and let this phenom finish the story she started? Or will they fumble the biggest break they've ever had? Tell me what you think. Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. The ball's in their court, but the clock's ticking loud.